Good morning, everybody. My name is Barry Schwartz, and this is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, February 10th. Lots to discuss, more than usual. We got the Google Bard, we got the Microsoft Bing AI, we got Google on AI content and search, we got 2 Google algorithm updates, confirmed Bing algorithm update, so much more. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss this. Make sure to subscribe, like, and do all those fun YouTuber thingies. Also, this video is sponsored by Rank Ranger. I made my own swag. The swag is in the mail, but I didn't get it yet. They're the all-in-one professional SEO software. Rank Ranger is a comprehensive SEO platform that allows you to grow your business with data and analytics. It offers valuable insights through advanced rank tracking, including above-the-fold tracking, organic share of voice reporting, actionable SERP feature data, and SERP analysis tools. So definitely check them out at Rank Ranger. Constantly use their SEO software for showing you about the algorithm updates and so forth. Big fan. Definitely check them out at rankranger.com. Thank you, Rank Ranger. All right, let's get into the news. A lot to discuss again, so let's get into it. First, let's go with Google Bard, because on Monday, Google had a fast and last-minute press conference announcement around Google Bard, which is their answer to ChatGPT, which we've been talking for a while, and also their answer to what Microsoft was going to be announcing the day after on Tuesday, which we'll get into as well. Google Bard is basically something that Google announced. They demoed a little bit of it. Basically, it looks like ChatGPT, where you ask a question and Google's AI, powered by Lambda, gives you answers based off of it. Google basically showcased, here's a screenshot of it. You ask this long question, it'll give you this longer answer, and you can thumb ups it, thumb downs it, and basically that's it. Google also said there is going to be a chatbot feature where you could, which is actually, I think, being rolled out first, which is directly called Google Bard. And Google Bard basically lets you just chat with it. So Google's going to, one is have a chatbot feature called Google Bard, and then also integrate Bard into search, like you saw in these screenshots. So there's 2 different things there. Again, Google's been saying we've been doing this forever. We've been an AI first company forever. But they went ahead and kind of rushed this announcement because they wanted to beat Microsoft to the punch with this. They did beat Microsoft, but they really did not, because we saw screenshots of Microsoft and what they're doing beforehand last week, which we covered again last week. There's a lot of concerns when Google announced this. It didn't seem as thought through than Microsoft and Bing when they announced it, but basically SEOs were like, you're taking our content, there's no citations and no links, and Google's like, this is just an early example of it. Our trust the testers, which is basically a third-party group of testers actually testing it. So basically, more to come. Don't worry too much. There's a lot of chatter around it, like I said before. But this is the future of search. We have Google Bard. And then on Tuesday, at a very, very private and exclusive and press conference by Microsoft, where Microsoft sent out emails to a bunch of the press saying, hey, we have this event on Tuesday. We can't tell you more. It's an event you probably want to go to. Can you make it? And they wouldn't tell us more about that. So on my way to the airport on Monday, after the Google Bard announcement, Microsoft sends an email out again saying, change your mind. You can now tell people you're going to a Microsoft event, no longer have to keep it secret. Feel free to tell people you're going to an event. So all the press was like, oh, Microsoft has their event right after Google announced the Bard. And then, again, we didn't know what it was, although we knew what it was. We knew it was about ChatGPT and AI. And went to the event Tuesday morning, saw a bunch of YouTubers, a bunch of famous reporters, and saw Sam from OpenAI there, saw Satya Nadella for the CEO of Microsoft. We saw a bunch of people on the Bing team, and we knew it was Bing. So Microsoft got on stage. Satya Nadella went ahead and introed it for about 10, 15 minutes, talking about how he discovered Sam and OpenAI and how it kind of was mind-blowing to him and how they decided to start integrating it into search.
Search. And it's a new day in search. It's a new paradigm for search. Rapid innovation is going to come. In fact, a race starts today in terms of what you can expect. And we're going to move. We're going to move fast. And for us, every day, we want to bring out new things. And most importantly, we want to have a lot of fun innovating again in search, because it's high time.
I got to tell you, the Bing presentation was much, much, much more impressive than the Google Bard presentation. As you know, I love Google. I also love Bing, but Bing and Microsoft totally knocked it out of the park with this presentation. I wish they would have given us a pre-brief beforehand so I could cover it better, so I could go into the details. Even today, I still don't have full access to the new Bing, even though I was supposed to have access to it on Tuesday afternoon. So something's going on where I can't necessarily play with it as much as I want to, but Microsoft is sorting that out. That being said, it's amazing. Literally, they thought about how to integrate it into search. They thought about how to go between chat and search, and how to go back from chat to search, and how to actually incorporate your search into chat, and how to have it incorporated in the right-hand side panel, including how to give citations, how to scroll over things to see where did this information come from and link to that information, and embed ads in there, which is, they thought about it all. For the most part. I'm sure there's things that we didn't. So I have a whole entire long list of coverage. I live tweeted the whole thing. I covered at Search Engine Land. I covered numerous things. So definitely check that out, which is pretty cool. Again, I posted about it on February 8th at seroundtable.com, the day after the event. And then also part of that presentation, there was a slide from Yusuf, who runs Bing Search, basically confirming what Glenn Gabe posted on earlier about a January 18th Bing Search update. And he confirmed, and he said,
but a few weeks ago, something special happened. We applied the AI model to our core search ranking engine, and we saw the largest jump in relevance in 2 decades.
And that coincides with what Glenn Gabe reported. Here is Yusuf talking about that with the slides. Pretty impressive. And again, Glenn, nice spot for that. Also, Microsoft has updated their webmaster guidelines, nobody else picked up on this, to incorporate this new Bing, specifically adding a whole new section for conversational mode and the Bing image creator. So there's a whole new update to the Bing webmaster guidelines, specifically around this new Bing with conversational mode. Definitely take a look at that. Also, Microsoft slightly updated the Bing answers section also to incorporate this. So definitely take a look at that. I posted about that on February 8th at seroundtable.com. And we have screenshots as well. This is from Nicole Farley of how Bing in the new AI, in the AI spots where they gives you long answers and citations, how they actually incorporate ads into this new Bing interface. Really, really cool. Good job, Bing. Much, much more impressive. And you saw from the stock price that Google's stock dropped significantly with this announcement because it looks like Bing has the advantage. Of course, I think they're both probably pretty closely tied. I think Google could actually catch up very quickly, and we will see, but these are very, very exciting times in search. So one more thing on that I wanted to mention, and one of the YouTubers who wasn't there, one of the most popular YouTubers was Marcus Brownlee, and he actually posted a poll saying, real question, this is on Twitter, would you rather use Google as it exists now, or Bing with ChatGPT added? And he had literally 320,000 replies, and about 60% said they'd rather use Google now. This just shows me that people don't know what they want or need, and it's just funny to see that. And there's a Steve Jobs quote that people don't know what they want until you show them. That's why I never rely on market research data. And then Christoph Kemper went ahead and said, I like the Ford quote better. If you asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses. So again, this is the revolution. ChatGPT is here, AI in search is here. It's gonna change how search works, and it's a super, super exciting time. Moving on, there was a possible, most likely, unconfirmed Google search ranking update on February 8th, February 9th, and even rolling out today, February 10th. A lot of chatter, a lot of chatter on this. A lot of people are saying my rankings changed significantly in the past couple days. Glenn Gabe also spotted it, and the tools themselves are showing significant volatility on the 8th, 9th, and even 10th. So definitely take a look at that. If you saw that, you are not alone. There's a lot of chatter there. Also, a second Google confirmed update was also on February 4th. It might be a continuation of this. Something's going on with Google that they're not confirming, but there are lights of ranking fluctuations as well. And you definitely saw blips in the radar as well, both on chatter within the SEO community and in the actual ranking tracking tools as well. So definitely you're not alone if you see that. Other big news on AI is that Google's Danny Sullivan and friends at Google went ahead and did a very detailed blog post, updated FAQs and other things around the use of AI content and Google Search's opinion of AI content in search. And I think Microsoft's on the same page with this, but basically saying AI content is fine. We're not going to go ahead and ban AI content from search. It's about the content itself. It's not about who writes that content. Although we'll get into a little bit later, who. But basically, he basically said that if the content is useful and written for people and helpful for people, it is okay. If it is written to manipulate search, just like any human-generated content that's written to manipulate search, then it's not okay and it's against Google's guidelines. Okay? We got that. Google said that before. It's just reiterating what Google said before. Now, he also said that, which I found interesting, is just like in the early days of search, when people started creating immense amounts of content, we didn't go ahead and ban content just because it was created in immense amounts of level. They're not going to do the same thing with AI. Now, AI could create content a lot faster. And when I sat down and met with Danny Sullivan about this, I'm like, humans can only create so much content. And it's a lot of content. Yes, humans can create a lot of content, but AI can create so much more of that content, 100 times, billion times more content. There's no limit on how much content AI can create and make it somewhat useful. Google's not necessarily worried about that, they told me. They're more worried about how people go about creating that content. And they came out with these new things about how you should think about when you produce content. They ask you to ask yourself when you're creating content to think about the who, how, and why. Who created the content? Again, if it's AI, you should basically tell people. You can explain the bylines. You should think about that. How the content created is. Tell people how it was created. Did a human create it? Did it get this? How did they get the sources? Where did they get the sources from? Was it created by AI? How did the AI get the information? Go through this and explain to people how you created that content. And 3, why? Why did you create the content? What's the purpose behind creating the content? And then Google listed out all these FAQs. I'm not going to go through all of them. It'll just take too long. But a bunch of FAQs around this concept around AI content and why you're building it. So definitely take a look at this. Again, in short, Google says you could use AI to create content as long as you're doing it for the right purpose to help people and so forth. But a lot of other little nuances around that. So definitely take a look at that. Also, Google said that JSON-LD, microdata, and RDFA are all equally fine for search. Google updated their documentation around structured data around this. You can definitely use all 3. It is easier to use JSON-LD because it's less issues with it. Ryan Leverage said that we found less issues with people implementing that. People have more bugs with the other formats, but all are fine if they're all created, if they're all done in a valid way. So don't worry about that. Google also confirmed 2 new crawlers, not new crawlers, but 2 crawlers, the Google Prober crawler and the Google Producer crawler. John Mueller confirmed that the other day on Twitter. Google also went ahead and confirmed an issue with local reviews, basically saying that they had an algorithm that went through and basically falsely removed reviews that were policy abiding. And because of that, they have, over the next couple weeks, they're going to go ahead and update that algorithm and run through all those reviews and reinstate those reviews that were actually policy abiding. So keep that in mind. I'm not sure if this just affected local guides or affected all reviews, but keep that in mind. Also on the local side, Google Business Profiles are removing emojis and special characters from business names over the past few weeks. So if you are using special characters and emojis, it's not special names, but special characters and emojis in your business names, Google has been slowly removing them from your Google Business Profile name. Also, Google Merchant Center seems to be testing, and I'm not sure if this is old or not. I think it's old, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen it before. They're testing a snapshot view in search of your Google Merchant Center product data. So if you do a search for Google Business Profile, not only will you get your business profiles that you have verified under that account, but also you might see View Products. And the View Products links will actually take you to the Google Merchant Center. This is spotted by Shamim. Also, Google's testing gray box snippets or box snippets within the snippet. So it's like a little curve where the description of the snippet shows. And here's a screenshot of that. You can see this both in the dark view and the light view. This was spotted by Sad AK, and also the dark view came from Brian Sparrow. So very good, nice catch over there as well. Google has confirmed that podcast carousels in search are going away on February 13th, so 3 more days from now. Google actually, we saw this actually happen earlier. We reported about this about 3-4 weeks ago, but now Google actually confirmed this in the Google Podcast Manager, saying it is going away. It says carousels are being dropped. Search, basically Google wrote, note, Google search will stop showing podcast carousels, and by February 13th, the result, clicks and impressions and how people find your show will drop to 0 after that date. I'm not sure why Google's removing it, but they are removing it. They actually have removed it, so let's keep that in mind. Also, Microsoft Bing has tucked away its logo in the search results. If you do a search on mobile, go to bing.com on your mobile phone and do a search on bing.com, it will actually anchor you down just below that logo. You can scroll back up to see the logo, but for some reason Microsoft is hiding it because they don't want you to see that it's Bing and then say, oh, I really want to Google, I guess. This is spotted by a former Microsoft employee who worked at Bing, Dwayne Forrester, so nice catch. And finally, there was a poll about the Yandex search leak, which we covered a couple weeks ago, saying how important is it for SEOs? This was by Chris Long, and basically said most SEOs think it's not that important. About 54% said it's somewhat important. 19% is not important at all. 17% said it is important, and only 10% said it's extremely important for SEO. I'm sorry this video went a little bit longer than usual. Lots to discuss, as I said. I'm really, really excited to be covering search at this point. Of course, I was excited to be covering search before, but now this changes everything up, and I'm really looking forward to it. Again, thanks to Rank Ranger for sponsoring. Deeply appreciated. Can't wait for your swag so I could wear it, but sticking on this is a lot easier for me anyway. In any event, thank you so much for listening to this Search Buzz video recap. Definitely like, subscribe, and let me know what you think about this. Everyone have a great weekend. Be safe, be healthy. I'll speak to you later. Goodbye.